your top stock ideas for today?
I think Bandhan Bank, we are looking at, it looks like a decent idea. The management is continuously guiding for improving the mix in terms of reducing the dependence on microfinance, which has been a bit of a volatile part of the business. And I think gradually, with the national spread already happening, the spread across various businesses, AMCs, housing finance also being done, I think gradually the numbers should improve. And as the mix improves in favor of the non-microfinance business, there is a high probability that the rating multiples could receive a substantial boost for the bank going ahead. And even the credit cost metrics should look much better. The eastern part of the country has gone through some tumultuous movements, whether they are geopolitical issues or whether they were unrest issues or typhoons or you know natural calamities. So now I think that is behind us, and most probably the microfinance business should also stabilize. Add to that improvement in the numbers, so I think it should easily command 2.25 kind of price to book multiples. So I think anything between 325 to 350 is the target we are looking at. So I think Bandhan Bank could be a very good long-term bet from here on.
Sakshi, I think we need to analyze Bandhan Bank a little bit more. At about 198, this is almost available at its lifetime lows, which were somewhere in the vicinity of, say, 187, 180, 190. Sharadji, does it make sense to look at this kind of a stock, especially in a sector which is booming? PSUs are at a record high. As far as the banking space is concerned, many of them, as also a lot of private sector banks, Federal to name one, Karur, ICICI and Axis are sort of flirting with record highs. Given that background, do you think Bandhan makes sense? You want to bottom fish at a time when we have momentum rallies?
Yeah, I think I always go against the momentum probably. But I think, yeah, Bandhan looks like an undervalued idea, an ignored idea in the markets right now. There has been some nervousness regarding the microfinance business and the NPA levels as well. But if you look at the numbers closely, the write-offs have been moving out of the balance sheet on the GNPA segment over the last 2 quarters. And I think that's a very good development for a microfinance institution. And our on ground understanding tells us that within the microfinance institutions, even when they were not a large enough microfinance institution or a registered institution, the credit matrices were decent even then. Though political uncertainty is generally associated with the microfinance business. But I think in case of Bandhan, it is not such a big drag. There has been some inspection or some audit report by the RBI regarding the claims that they had made regarding the Amphan and other natural calamities. But I think that's a general on the course audit, and it's not such a negative for the bank. And I'm confident about how the bank would perform. And I think there's are stories which could have very strong re-rating. And if you look at the price to book multiples, they are not expensive either. So I think the type of growth that you can have across the mix with national presence, add to that the microfinance business growing at a faster rate and the other businesses also growing at a faster rate. It is not that the proportion of microfinance would come down because the microfinance or the other businesses will grow at different rates. It is only that the retail and other businesses, which is the more secured book, will grow at a much faster clip. But I think the way they have grown the microfinance business from scratch till date, that's a very commendable thing. The management bandwidth issue that was there when the bank got listed, I think now with Gru and other entities coming into it, most of the management bandwidth issues have also been handled very well. So I think most probably you will see regular improvement. As far as the other private sector banks are concerned, I'm also very bullish on an HDFC Bank or a Kotak. But those are well discussed, well known ideas. Everyone knows about them. Bandhan has more upside compared to these. 350, 325 is the more conservative target. I think more rating can follow into it over the long term.